Okay, hey guys. So welcome to our 90-day sprint call. I'm going to start by showing you guys a video. It's a 5-minute video by the literal guy who introduced me to the idea of a 90-day sprint. And I've like heard about it a couple times, like people doing sprints and stuff. But this guy, Clint Morgan, he works for Enagic. I think he's like a 682-5 now. He's so cool. He lives in Australia, but he basically just explains the sprint so well, and he inspired me to do it. And the first time that I ever did a sprint, and the literal only time I've ever done a sprint, this was like 3 or 4 years ago. Like I literally still to this day have momentum and like see fruit from that one sprint I did for 3 months, like 3 or 4 years ago. So it's so crazy the amount of things that you can accomplish and the momentum that you can create in literally just like a 90-day period. So basically, we're going to pick a goal. You're going to pick a goal, something like really honest that you want to achieve in your life that you think about all the time, that you like in theory that could be yours and that you could accomplish, but like maybe you haven't like stepped into that full belief for yourself, or like you subconsciously still maybe don't believe it's true, like could be true for you. So this sprint is basically going to help you like power through that fear and make it happen for yourself by like really intentional daily action over a 90-day period. And then you can rest, because you can't just hustle for like every day for the rest of your life. But I think that you can do anything for a period of time and then rest. And you can create a lot of momentum if you're intentionally laser focused on this period of time and not putting your energy into like, time consumers, like energy leaks and stuff like that. So we're going to be really intentional for the next 90 days. And first, I'm going to show you guys this video of Clint Morgan. Hmm. Okay, I think you guys can see this. So this is Clint Morgan. He is so cool. He's really high up in Enagic and just like a really rad guy. Like I think his personality is so cool. And I remember seeing a video of him when I first started my Enagic business, and he's talking about how he was like so broke with his wife. They had like been in Enagic for a while, but they weren't getting any results. And like his wife was like, "Listen, Clint, like you need to either go get a job or like make this Enagic thing work, because like we need to make more money, like we need to build a life for ourselves." And he's like, "Okay, babe, like just give me 90 days." And he basically did this 90-day hustle, this 90-day sprint. And I think that was like by the end of the first or the second month, they had literally made $100,000 in Enagic in 1 month. And with Enagic, it takes them like 2 weeks to, send the check, especially if you're like just getting started. Your first commission, it like takes a little bit longer, like I don't know, sometimes like 3 weeks. So it was like they said that they were like all over social media, like talking about their results and like sharing this business. And they're like at the gas pump and they see someone they know who knows them on social media, and they're like, they only have $5 in their bank account because none of the money has been sent to them yet. And they're like squeezing like $5 of gas into his car to like try to like just get back home. And they're talking about all this money. He's like, the guy must have thought I was crazy, but like that's the power of a 30-day sprint, is that you can create so much results in a short, or a 90-day sprint is you can create so much results in such a short period of time that it's literally unbelievable. And you're like, your family's like amazed, and you completely enter a different reality basically than who you were operating as before, through very intentional choice and realizing like, why not? Like, why not just become better? Why not just do the thing you freaking say you want to do and talk about all the time? So here's his video. He's 5 minutes. He talks about the sprint. I was so stoked I found this.
Did you know that you could get $50 to over $150,000 of investment capital at zero? Have you ever heard the saying that most businesses take 2 years to make a profit? What if I could tell you could make a profit within 90 days? Now, I can't guarantee anything, but from my experience, what I've found is that you can do a 90-day sprint. And this is 90 days where you're all in, you're committed, you're laser focused, you're all guns are blazing. You know, I mean, I can't say anything more about you being all in for just 90 days. Right. And what I've found is that I remember 2 years ago, I did a 90-day sprint, and I'm still experiencing the momentum from that 90-day laser focused hustle where my wife and I went all in on our business, and we literally, you know, everyone uses the word 10x, but we literally 10x our sales volume and our income in 90 days, right? So what I've experienced is a lot of people will try and sprint, but they'll sprint forever. They're always in this sprint mode. Oh, I'm working, hustling, they're working hard, and they get to a point where they're actually burnt out and they get over it and they get frustrated with their business and they start resenting it, right? You can sprint, but you can only sprint for a 90-day period, I found. Then you need to like rest, right? Because it's a sprint, right? Think about a marathon run. Marathon runners go for a long time, but a sprinter, they only go for like 100 meters, 200 meters, right? It's a short paced, high intense race, but you can only do it for a short amount of time. Same thing with a sprint in your business. However, I found in that time, you can really get dialed in, really follow a certain amount of actions and rituals every single day for 90 days. And you'll create so much momentum in your business that it'll like then get the groundwork running, get the momentum running, get the business running, get the things off the ground. Or if it's already running, like for us, we're just committed to a 90-day sprint now. And it's like, okay, cool, business is good, it's going great. But we're like, cool, how do we 10x again and step into a new reality, take it to a whole new realm? And we're now doing a 90-day sprint, setting a bigger goal, and also then rallying our team to also then step into a 90-day vision and a 90-day goal, and the results will be 10x. Okay, so how do you do this? Just a couple of quick pointers with the 90-day sprint is like basically you want to set the groundwork, set the calendar, set everything, and set up yourself for success in that 90 days. So you can have a chat to your partner, have a chat to your friends, your family, and say, listen, guys, for the next 90 days, I'm all in on my business, right? I'm going all out. I'm going all in. I'm doing whatever it takes. I'm traveling whatever distance to make this thing a success in the next 90 days or take it to the next level in the next 90 days. So you're probably not going to be here for me as much as you usually would, right? And you make a commitment to yourself. You say, listen, okay, for 90 days, set it in the calendar. Go, cool, I'm starting today and I'm going to now, right? So for 90 days, you're like, cool, this is in, I'm focused. And then also make sure you set a goal, you know, set a target and make it a big goal. I'd say 10x that goal, something that's going to elevate you and make you like step into a whole new reality, a whole new version of yourself. And something really potent and powerful you can do is like future pace yourself to the end of the 90 days, right? Set the date and go sit there in that present moment. Okay, cool. What have I created in this time? And get really clear on what do you actually, not just the income, you know, if it's just the income, it's like, it's just a figure, who cares? But what that income's allowed you to create in that time. So you're sitting there and maybe you're like, I know, potentially you're in a new house, or, you know, like even just get clear on the celebration that you have when you realize that you've achieved your goal, right? You're sitting there, like for me, it's like, I'm down at my favorite cafe. I'm enjoying a nice cafe. I've got the sea breeze on my face. We've just checked into our affiliate back office, and we've realized that we've just done $1 million in commissions over the last 90 days. I'm so happy. I'm super excited. The team's thriving. We've had, 20 people also do 6 figures in their business. It's like we're super happy. Everything's really, do you know what I mean? You get the picture. So be super clear and specific about what the actual feeling is, what you've created in that time. And then write that down and get super clear on it. And then read that thing every single day. Have it on your wall. You know, have it on your bedroom door, have it in your office, have it in your car, and actually commit to reading that and sitting there and feeling that future paced version of yourself, and check in and connect with that energy and really start to become it. And I think that's one of the most powerful things you do, because then when you read that, I do it first thing in the morning, then when you get back to your actions, you're like, cool, I'm in, I'm doing this, I'm all out for the next 90 days, and stay super clear, super focused. And that'll help you then step in and stay committed to the actions that you need to take to go next level in your business. So commit to the 90 days. I look forward to seeing your success. Go hard or go home, or go hard and go home. And you'll really experience a profound shift in your business if you really stay laser focused for 90 days.
Yeah. Okay, so did you guys like that? Wasn't that cool? In the chat, Keela said, I went from 2A to 4A in my 90-day sprint. So me, I think, no, Keela, you did a 90-day sprint after I did mine, but that's so rad. And then Danny said, there's an amazing interview with Clint on Balaj's podcast. So Balaj has a podcast called The Diamond Life Mentor. It's really good, and he does an interview with Clint Morgan, who just did that video about 90-day sprint. He's on Balaj's team. Okay. Hey, does anyone want to say something? Okay, if you want to say something, feel free. Unmute yourself and go for it. You are more than welcome. But I'm gonna mute anyone just in case if you're not meaning to be talking into the mic. So this is our 90-day sprint call. Okay. So literally what I don't know if you guys can see me, but Clint was talking about, I literally have planned out my whole 90-day sprint already aside from this. So I'm basically doing this for myself. In the past, I've tried to do multiple 90-day sprints and didn't actually I've done one very successful one and then other ones where I kind of half-assed it. I was trying to rally the team and I focused so much on my team and everyone, you got to focus on your 90-day sprint that I kind of abandoned my own 90-day sprint. So I'm really focused on my own 90-day sprint, my own business, my own results that I want to see. And I'm leading this call to inspire you if you want to join in with me and lead it for yourself, then that would be epic. And I totally invite you to do that. So you should, on the side from this call, take time out to plan out and outline your own 90-day sprint, because it's going to be completely unique to you, because we're at different ranks in the business, or maybe you're on this call and you don't even have a business, you're just listening in, or you have another business you want to work on. This will be completely unique to you. So you need to take the time out aside from this call to set your intentions, get really clear on what it is that you want. What would your vision be for where you want to be in 90 days, and what would your daily actions be that would create that result guaranteed? So I wrote out my vision. I literally am not sharing it with anyone, because every time I share my goals, I feel like it creates an energy leak, but when you keep your goals private and secret in a way, and you're this is what I'm going to achieve, and I'm not going to have anyone else's intentions on it, or I'm not going to have anyone else feeling a type of way about it. I'm just this is sacred to me. So write out your goals. I printed out 4 or 5 of these and I have them all around my house. And it's so true what Clint's saying. When you see your goals and a literal first person vision of your absolute dream, where you want to be in life, and you look at it every single day, you can't help but when you were stoked creating it, you can't help but get back into that energy of stokedness, because our mind is constantly pulling us into the negativity, or our daily things we need to do. So if you want to accomplish something big, you need to be looking at it, seeing it, in order to really start to embody that energy, because belief is so powerful. I'm just realizing anytime I've achieved anything big in my business, my belief has been so strong. And oh my gosh, your baby's so cute, Danny. I love him. Let me get this bigger for you guys too. Okay, so I have always loved Angie Lee. She did a podcast just for marketers, for being your full self, being weird, putting yourself out there, not caring what people think. And she talked about this concept of don't always be selling. You don't always want to be selling 24/7, but when you do sell, go all in. Instead of full-time half-ass selling, go all in selling, owning your business, owning your offer when you decide you're going to do that, when the time is right. And if you're doing this 90-day sprint, that's what this is for. It's a dedicated period of time that you can go all in, unashamed, on your dreams and your business, and be just so radically honest with yourself right now. Where the heck do I want to be in 3 months? What is the scene that I'm in with my family or my people, And I did this because I had the faith that if I show up for this every single day and hold this vision for 90 straight days, it would literally be insane for something not to change. Like that would be more crazy. But I think most of the time people get so scared of not hitting their goals that they don't even set goals. And they just have these secret dreams, but like make it into a goal, make it into a daily plan for the next 90 days to actually make it happen. Like you really can just do that. It's so cool. So when you sell, own it. That's what we're going to be doing as a team in our businesses, just completely unapologetically owning your business, owning what it is you have to offer, and being that person, being a consultant. And if you do this in your own business for 90 days, then you can own resting for the next 90 if you want. You will create enough momentum to be able to rest. And it's crazy to think that 90 days from now, like we'll still have 3 full months left in the year. Like you can do anything for 90 days. For anyone here who's like married or in like a committed relationship, Clint Morgan compared this to like the difference between when you're dating your girl, you're dating your like wife, your future wife, and then you commit to her and you marry her. It's like it just changes. There's something different. You are now committed. You are showing up and doing it regardless of how you feel. And I think a lot of times like there's like this, well, I'm like tired. Like I'm tired of working hard. I'm tired of having to show up for this. Like, and it's we get so entitled with our business. Like I put in the work last year. Why should I have to keep showing up? And it's like, because that's how life works. That's how God made us. Like we're supposed to like offer something. We're not supposed to just live entitledly. Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought there, but yeah, when you commit, like when you just have that energy of like, I am going to do this regardless of how I feel. I'm not just going to be like, oh yeah, we'll see how this 90-day sprint goes. Like if you're going to commit to this, go all in, like see what you can do, like show yourself what you can accomplish. You know what I mean? So a 90-day sprint is literally moving from one state of being to another. You're going from one reality to the next. That's what a 90-day sprint is. Because if you don't have a goal that's actually going to emotionally motivate you, like I'm willing to go through the pain of this daily hustle to get to the result in 90 freaking days. I can do anything for 90 days. So pick something, like choose something that you want to accomplish that's going to make you feel emotionally connected to this. Like if I do these actions, I will get this result, and therefore it's worth to show up for the next 90 days, because 90 days is not a long time. It's not like 90 months, 90 years. It's literally 90 days. It's not 9 days, but it is a commitment. So for the next 90 days, cut out all unnecessary and unhelpful time consumers in your life. And this challenge is for you, this sprint, this commitment to yourself, to your own business, to your own life, to your own potential, to your own family, is if you're ready to see a big result fast. Like if you're ready, like I'm ready to go in to create some momentum, to create profit. I'm really ready to do this and go all in. That's really who this is for. Like if you're willing to put in some big initiative and take radical action. Okay, creating an energetic container for success. So I am preparing for this 90-day sprint over the next 11 days until the first of the month. And that's when I'm starting my 90-day sprint. I invite you to start your 90-day sprint then as well. And I am right now, literally, I've created my vision, like with all my senses. It's so beautiful to me. I've created this vision, I'm getting so like rock solid and clear on what it is that I want to accomplish. feeling aligned with God, like this is not going against nature or anything in any way. Like this would literally bless me, this would bless others. Starting to just create this belief system of goodness and like feeling safe around your dream and around what you want to accomplish. So that's what I'm doing over the next like week and a half until I actually start to sprint. I'm reading my goal. I'm feeling good about it. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm listening to people who already are in the mindset of where I want to be, so that I start to hear that terminology, to hear that like dialogue of people who are already living that, who are already experiencing that, who already are on that belief system, you know? That's what I'm doing for the next 10 days until this starts. I'm creating this container of belief that's going to create success for my 90-day sprint. So have a talk with yourself. Like really sit down and be like, am I really willing to go all in for 90 days? And like really be honest with yourself. Like maybe this isn't the right season for you, and that's okay. This is not for everyone. Have a talk with yourself though. What is it that I want to accomplish? You know, honestly, where do I want to be? Stretch yourself, push yourself. Because if you make a goal that's like my goal is so big that I literally am so excited to go after it, because if I get anywhere even relatively close to that goal, it's so much better than where I am now. And so I'm just like, heck yeah, make a goal that makes you feel like that. And then have a talk with those who are close to you. I'm not at all saying like, oh, abandon your family for the next 90 days. I'm just saying be intentional for the next 90 days. Create space. Tell people what you're doing, especially those close to you. Ask for support in the areas that you need, and create a space in your day where you can accomplish 1 to 3 things guaranteed every day that will move the needle forward. Yeah, craft out a dedicated time and a schedule that you can work. So maybe that's you wake up earlier and you work from like 6 until 12 every weekday, 5 days a week. You know, create it custom to you that you're going to be able to sustain and make radical change with. And then create a 5 senses vision of where you want to be in 90 days. A 5 sense 90-day vision. This is basically just a detailed version of you in 90 days. At the end of this, I'm not sure like how much time you guys have to have after this call, but I'm gonna send, I can even play it for you guys, but I'm gonna send you guys a link. It's a 45-minute call or podcast by Clint Morgan, and he does a visualization exercise to help you visualize yourself in the moment of being in 90 days from now, achieving your goal. Your family's congratulating you. You're like sitting at your favorite cafe, and they're just like, wow, like so impressed and so stoked for you and happy for what your family's able to do and just the state of being you guys are at. So I'll send that into our chat after this call. Or you can DM me on Instagram if you want me to send you the link for that. And there's a visualization exercise to create your 5 sense 90-day vision. And then once you have this vision that you create in your mind and your heart, you're gonna write it down. I wrote mine on Canva or in my notes, and then I put it on Canva with some cute backgrounds, like different pictures that reminds me of my goal, and I put them on my mirror in my bathroom, on my calendar, and on my desk, on my fridge, and yeah, I have them like different places around the house. So write it down and read it daily. I really do just like I look at it and I know the vibes, but I actually sit there and read it, and it's so much nicer when you read it because you're like, wow, this is so detailed. Like I would love so much to be in that situation in that I described. Um, so yeah, write it out, hang it up everywhere, really read it and feel into it and get stoked so that every day you remind yourself why you're willing to do the hard work, why you're going to show up and do things that you weren't born with the natural instinct to like build a business and like get leads and like make sales, you know what I mean? I think people think that when people are successful, it's this like they have it in them, like it's this effortless thing where they just know what to say to the camera, but it's like no, they just are willing to get uncomfortable and keep trying and showing up because they realize that nobody gives a fuck. No one's really actually watching what you're doing that much. And it's your life. You might as well just do it. Like, and then break down your visual emotional goal. So this like vision that you've created that you love, you're going to break it down into a DMO, a daily method of operation. So basically I'm going to help you do this too in a few minutes, but you're going to break down your vision into literal numbers and it's going to be a numbers game. Like, what can I actually do equation wise to make this a reality? You know, like like what's the price point here, baby? my goals away. Okay. And then show up as the person that you want to become. What would a successful person do in this situation? What would this version of me do right now? Situation, you know what I mean? I'm gonna. Okay, sorry guys. I had to make sure everyone's muted. Yeah, what would the version of me who's accomplished this 90-day goal that you have, like the version of you 90 days from now, what would they do? How would they be operating? How would they feel internally to achieve this goal? You know, like make decisions based off of that, like future forward thinking version of yourself. It's more challenging, but you can intentionally put yourself in that place, you know, and use it as a tool. Okay. Yeah, Keila, I will share my 3 things. Okay, so break down your goals. So I'm sure you guys have an idea of what your vision is, what that thing is that you want to accomplish, but I really want you to go into more detail and do the Clint Morgan visualization after this call, and then break down that goal into a daily method of operation. So right now, what is your biggest motivation in life? Like, what do you honestly want more than anything else? And also, if I focus for 90 days intentionally with the power of God behind me, what can I realistically challenge myself to make happen in my business? Like anything, all things are possible with God. Like literally anything is possible. So like, what do you want to achieve honestly? So say you wanted to make $10,000 over the next 90 days. This is a so humble goal. This is a very humble goal. I'm just going to say that. My goal, that is not my goal. My goal is way more than that. Trust me. But this is I thought this would be a nice like goal that everyone could hear, that like if you're just starting out, that's a little bit more like easy to imagine doing. So imagine if by setting a challenging goal you got even halfway there. You would be further than where you are or where you would have been if you didn't even do the challenge in the first place or challenge yourself in the first place. So to make $10,000, I need to make $3,333 on average per month over in 90 days. So then basically you're going to calculate based off of your rank right now in Enagic where you are, how many sales is that to make that amount of money? How many sales to make 10K, or how many sales to make 3,333 in a month? Hide this. Sales is a numbers game. So what you lack in skill, you will make up in numbers. This is the most truest thing. Like when I look back when I did that 90-day sprint and I think about just like, it's me being a random girl who just accomplished crazy freaking goals of mine. It definitely was a numbers game. Like I was in my hustle mode. Like I was willing to just like connect with the masses, you know. I was building relationships with everyone. Like I was writing down people's names, their Instagram handles. Like I was like going all in. So it really is a numbers game, and it's crazy that like hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So you can literally surpass the people you admire by just working hard and knowing the power of numbers. So how many leads do I need to connect with daily to meet my goal this month? I would say on average, like say you got on 8 or 10 coaching calls. If you closed 2 of them, that's good. 2 or 3, that's pretty decent, you know, that's pretty average. So basically, if you're bringing in 10 leads a day, you can expect maybe 2 or 3 of them will, you know, actually move forward to learning more and like learning about the process with you. So you need to be generating a lot more leads than the amount of sales that you need. So for example, your goal could be getting 10 leads a day via organic marketing or through ads. So your daily method of operation that you create is you're going to need to break down your goals in and of yourself. You can also message me and I'll help you break down your goals if you're in my team. It's going to be custom to you, and the more clear and custom you are to yourself, the more real and doable this is going to be for you. So just create a simple daily focus that will allow you to hit your goals. Make it simple for yourself. So an example DMO, it should challenge you. Like this should be something that like, it's not your natural instinct. If it was, you would have done it already and you'd be balling and you'd be living your dreams. So it's going to challenge you to like do this challenge, because it's like, oh, my natural instinct isn't to like make friends with 10 people on Instagram a day or to like get on sales calls. In the podcast that I'm going to send you with Clint Morgan talking about the 90-day sprint for 40 minutes, he talks about, one of his mentors said, I can tell you a person's success in bank account based off of their calendar. People who are thriving financially have full calendars. They're full of calls, they're full of sales, they're full of meetings, they're taking risks, they're putting themselves out there. So that is the goal. Make your DMs explode and put yourself out there. Get into positions that scare you. Allow yourself to be told no every single day. Eric War, Go for No. It's a network marketing book. Really, really good. I read this right before I did this 90-day sprint for the first time. If you can learn how to not give an F about the pain of rejection, you are unstoppable and you can accomplish anything. Because if you want to get the yes, you have to be willing to get the no. It doesn't work. You can't only get one. And it's when people get so rejected by the no that they back off, and then they kind of give up on their business subconsciously. So if you can embrace the no, and every time you get a no, be like, awesome, thank you. Hit me up when you're ready. And you know that you can now move on to the next person. That's money making skills right there. So the example DMO. So split test, follow up on ads. I'm going to create an ad over the next 90 days because I want to be generating a lot more leads and I want to half of it to be automated. I'm going to be creating content too. I really think that ads are so much more powerful if you're good at organic marketing, if you can actually create an irresistible offer, an irresistible, like, especially if it's the first time someone's ever seeing you or your post, it really has to be like clickable. So I'm going to be doing ads and organic marketing through my Instagram and posting daily on my Instagram reels and my stories. Storytelling and DM building friendships. So Erin Saliba has a Facebook group that she does free coaching for distributors. You can join that too. But she talks about the power of like DMing people to make your DMs explode. And she's not talking about being like, hey, have you heard of electrolyzed reduced water? But like, just like being social and social media, making friendships that have nothing to do with the business, but then continuing to post about your business on your stories and your page. Because then you're not trying to get anyone to do anything. It's their idea if they're interested. You're just building relationships. This truly worked really well for me when I did my 90-day sprint for the first time. For me right now, I've created a funnel basically of, I have a link. People have 3 steps. The first step is coaching questionnaire. The second step is to book a call with me. The third step is to watch the business launch blueprint. My goal is to basically have 10 people a day watching the business launch blueprint and booking calls with me. I know that is the absolute most potent thing that I can do to move the needle forward in my business and hit my goal and to make sales. So that's my goal, to get as many people to watch the business launch blueprint a day as possible. But in a way, you could be like, I can't make people watch the business launch blueprint, so maybe that's not a good daily action because it's like not in my control. So a better would be like posting daily on your Instagram, following up with the people who look at your ads, and doing a post every day with a call to action. So inviting people into your offer every day, embracing your offer, embracing your sale that you're going for the next 90 days. And then booking at least 5 sales calls a day, coaching calls. And I'll do a call about how I run coaching calls. I can do this in probably like next week or the week after. I'll set that up. And yeah, once you can start learning how to do calls and get rejected and then get the yes, you're unstoppable. It's literally a numbers game. If you can just build the confidence up to like just start getting momentum going and like go through like the awkward first calls where you're like not that great, and then get to the ones where you're like confident, that's how you're going to build your life and your business. So this challenge is not about being perfect. It's about faithfully planting seeds, focusing on the seeds you're planting every single day, not the results you're reaping. If you focus on the results that you're reaping, you're going to quit day 1 because you're not going to see any results. You might not even see results after day 30. You might be planting the seeds for the first time right now. So focusing on the seeds you're planting every day and trusting, having faith. That's what the challenge is about. Watching what God does with that. Okay. Major life skill, especially for marketers, network marketers, being resourceful over having resources. Resourcefulness over resources. It's truly like the people who are resourceful that are more successful than the people with resources. So successful is the keyword. Successful entrepreneurs are professional problem solvers. Amateurs see problems as just like roadblocks, and then you just like give up. You're like, oh shoot, this is hard, like darn it. Successful entrepreneurs are professional problem solvers. We overcome. Where in your business are you stagnant right now because you let a perceived problem slow you down? with the internet and literally now ChatGPT, there's literally no excuses. We have all of the answers already. We have everything. We just have to be willing to walk head first into the challenges that arise daily as a salesperson and overcome them. This is an extremely high paying skill. Just being willing to not care about the challenge of the actual daily work, because the envisioning, the like, oh, I want to accomplish this, that part's so fun, it feels so good, but actually like doing the daily work and like the nitty gritty, the grinding, the making the relationships, the like slow burn of like, you know, not getting instant gratification, having to plant the seeds, you know, it's hard. We're training your mind to like work hard for what you get in life. Our generation is so entitled, like we just think we're all so deserving of our dreams, but it's like the reality is that you have to work very hard for your dreams. So if you're willing to embrace the pain that comes with that because you're willing to see what's on the other side of that, that is an extremely high paying skill, and that's how you become unstoppable in your business. Okay, go find, it's on Prime for like literally $6. You can rent it. It's the movie The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. It's so good, you guys. Holy cow. I read this book like 4 years ago, coming back from somewhere on a flight, and then I watched the movie on a flight coming back from California a few weeks ago, and it's so good. It just talks about how in this world, in this life, we are bombarded constantly 24/7 with all these things that we're supposed to give a fuck about and like care about, and like politics and like all these political issues and health and like seed oils and like all this shit. And like, oh, the next best business tips and the next best, oh, you got to get this ebook, you know, it's like the next, there's so many things, and we're so entitled that people aren't accomplishing anything. You know what I mean? Because we're so overwhelmed, we can't even make a decision. So if you can literally train your mind to like literally create that energetic container and like protect yourself from all the noise, and only there's few things in life worth giving a fuck about, and only give a fuck about those few things and channel all of your energy into them, you can accomplish any single goal that you have on this earth right now. Like, the human mind is so powerful. We are made in the image of God. You can do it, but this world is working against you, constantly filling your mind with distractions. And you have to be the one to be like, no, I'm so excited about this. I'm so focused on this. This is what I'm doing. So watch this movie, guys. It's so good. And if you can learn to not give a fuck about the pain of failure and rejection, you can reach your sales goal. You can be where you want to be in 90 days, literally anywhere. You just have to like go into the fire. Okay, listen. So this is mindset stuff for the 90-day sprint. You're a professional problem solver. A problem is never a problem. It's only a situation that you solve. If you're an Enagic distributor, a problem is never a problem. It's only a situation that you solve. And the size of your character and your bank account is determined by the size of the situations that you fix. Like, yeah. And if you can handle big situations, you can make a lot of money. And in relation with that guy saying that I can tell a successful person based off of their calendar, your success in life comes down to the amount of difficult conversations that you're willing to have. And it doesn't, like, I'm not saying that sales conversations are difficult whatsoever, because they're really not, but it's more so your perceived fear of, oh,
I can't imagine like trying to get on the phone and sell someone something. Like it's scary. It used to be really scary to me. So that's why I call it a difficult conversation, because it's more challenging than just like talking to your friend or your kid. It's more intentional. So if you're willing to face that, it's a money making skill. So for the next 90 days, we will operate as consultants, not as salesperson. Salesperson just sounds like you're trying to convince someone. A consultant is helping someone to solve a problem. Professionals sort through people. Amateurs convince people. How long have you been like thinking about that one person who's like, oh, like they were serious, like they were so serious, like they were gonna get it, and you're like, you don't have any momentum going because like someone rejected you, and you're just like focused on this sale. You know what I mean? Like I've had my first sale got stolen from me. I've seen like my best friends make their first sale, and then the person like backs out at the last second. It's really like discouraging, you know? Don't let that stuff stop you. Be a problem solver. Sort through people. You should be having such an influx of leads that you're sorting through people. You're not focused on anyone. You need everyone, but you don't need anyone. Like you don't need a specific person, but you're welcoming everyone. You know what I mean? Amateurs are trying to convince people because you haven't even convinced yourself. Stop waiting around for people and move forward with momentum. They will follow you. Once you can make that switch from trying to like drag people and like, I swear you guys, like everyone who saw that one, you guys, let's go. Like just keep going forward, keep moving forward, and then people will be like, oh, the next thing, you know. Do you ask yourself this? Do you believe that it's possible to sell these? Like, do you actually believe it's possible to sell Kangen water machines? Like, have you seen people do it? Yes. Like, it's absolutely possible. So what's stopping you? Why don't you? Or why aren't you at the place that you wanted to be at? The sooner that you're willing to go out and find the solution to that problem of what's stopping you, the sooner that you're going to win. Increase your value every single day. Literally, like you're creating, what's the word? You're creating an echo chamber. Literally, I want you to create an echo chamber for the next 90 days of pure belief. Like, I want you to like listen to people who have done it. Listen to people who've done more. Hear what they have to say. Like, put yourself in that mental space, in that energetic space, so that you start to step into that and believe that and cultivate that belief within yourself. Create an echo chamber that this goal is happening. Like, this vision is already done. And you're just catching up with reality, with what's already done. Hone in on your story. Get so clear with the call we did last week on what it is that you have to share. It's so cool to be able to like create content from a place of like this is my experience. Like I used to think this, and then I actually realized that it's not true, and this is what I found, and it's really helped me and changed my life. Versus like you need to do this because it's going to change your life. It's the best. You know, it's like when you hear someone else's story, you're listening, you're just like relating, versus when someone's trying to talk at you, your guard goes up. So share your story and invite people in. You're not the hero of the story. You're the guide. The person reading is the hero. They're the one who's going to relate to you and come in and change their own life through your guidance. So they are the hero of the story, of their own story, and you're the guide through telling your own story in first person in an authentic, relatable way. Open your mouth. If you're not opening your mouth, you're not opening your bank account. So find ways to put yourself out there. Create weekly rituals that allow, like this for me, this is one of them. This is something that forces me out of my comfort zone, like doing these calls for you guys, because I'm like, I could just be chilling, but I'm like, yo, I'm gonna create something. I'm gonna like do something, and it keeps me in the energy of creation and momentum, and it feels so good. I really recommend it. Like maybe create like a week, like a series, an original series on TikTok or on Instagram, or like a weekly thing you do on your story, or a live you do. Lives are really powerful too, because you just learn how to talk. Like that's what this is too. You learn how to just talk and not have to like plan out what you're going to say like we do in content sometimes. And then follow your daily method of operation every day. Be committed to it. Okay, facts tell, stories sell. Facts tell, stories sell. Your story is what's going to sell people and connect with people and make them understand that you've been there, you relate. This is a real human you can trust, not just a sale, another sale, just another sales page. Stories make it real. But facts are good too. Like keep the facts in there, but the story is the heart of it. When you talk to leads one-on-one, instead of just selling them your offer, get to know them and share a story that connects with them. This is a chance to be vulnerable in a way that you wouldn't on your profile. And there's less compliance boundaries. So you can be honest with like numbers and stuff like that when you're in these intimate conversations. Like be really vulnerable and real. Don't focus on trying to like sell and pitch. Focus on connection and like relating to that person. That always has worked for me. And then craft your story. Make sure you actually know what your story is and that you've really put intention into this. You could even create a story that works for your 90-day sprint. Like it doesn't have to be your story forever that you're committing to. It's like it can be like a 90-day thing that you're going to try out and really be committed to sharing the story and see, maybe it'll change over time. So craft your story. Craft what kind of culture do you want to breed in your team, in your community, on your social media profile? What kind of energy are you like cultivating? What kind of team do you want? What kind of contributors do you want? Contribution. If you don't know where you're going, you will get there every time. If you don't have an intentional goal of what you want to see happen in your team, in your life, in your business, in your home, you will get there every time. That's just how life works. Most people live on autopilot. That's how life works. You have to be so intentional. That's what this is about, this 90-day sprint, being so intentional to get that absolute desired result that you have and trusting that it's possible because you're alive, and putting in the work to show that faith that I know if I do this, I'll get the result, or I'll get pretty damn close. And I challenge you to have more conversations with people. Create a process or a funnel that you feel confident to book calls with people. So you could just create an acuity schedule. If you want to start practicing doing calls with people, I'll run a call to talk about how I do sales calls or coaching calls. And if you want to use my funnel, I just created a website recently. It's just wesoulrich.com. And it's just like a little simple funnel. They can book a call with me. And when they do, I'll message them and be like, hey, how did you find this? And basically, they can either book a call with you or they can talk to me. And I'll do that on your behalf if you're in my downline. Which, if you're in the WhatsApp chat, you are. Okay, so I didn't mean you're right. Well, I guess it is starting in 1 week. Okay, I didn't mean to write this, you guys. I actually want to start on June 1st. I don't know. I just feel like it's cleaner. June 26th is such an awkward start date. So scratch that. That's not accurate. I mean, you can if you want. I personally want to start on the 1st, July 1st. But start when you want your sprint. That's what I'm saying about this, is that this isn't like a thing where we're like, yeah, we're doing this as a team, like la la la, like rainbows and chocolate. It's like, no, like this is an individual thing that we each individually have to hustle for, but collectively we can like raise the energy together because it's like a group effort. But at the end of the day, it comes down to your own individual efforts. So I want to make that clear. Like this comes down to you and what you put in at the end of the day. And in 90 days, you can be where you want, or you can be in the exact same spot, depending on what you decide to do. So July 1st is when I'm starting. So we have like a week and a half to outline your unique sprint, your goals, your daily method of operation. And if you want to send it to me, please do. I would love to look over it and like give you feedback or just, encourage you. So homework, I would recommend print 3 calendars for the next 3 months and use it to plan out what you're going to do every day and what hours you're going to be working when you have things scheduled. This is what I did. I literally printed out 3 schedules and wrote out what I was going to do every single day. And looking back, it was so random because I was like, right, on Wednesdays, you're going to write a blog post. Like I was so chaotic in my business. Like I was trying to do everything instead of just focusing on like a few really pivotal things. But I got freaking success with that sprint. So, hey, I'm really excited to see what I can do with this one, with actually like having results, having understanding, having experience. Choose an overall energy you want to cultivate and focus on. What do you really want to accomplish over the next 1 to 3 to 5 years? And what can you, like, I think people think even like a goal that you have for the next year, you could accomplish in 90 days. Like, that's kind of what I'm doing for myself personally. I'm putting a really big goal into a small period of time and being willing to go hard and take so much action on a daily basis to get that goal faster than I would have if I just casually hoped to get there over the next freaking 3 years. So pick an overall energy you want to cultivate, whether that's like willing to do whatever it takes, like a winner's mentality, or like being seamless. Like what kind of energy, something that you can really like hone in on and focus on, or maybe even a word that you pick. And pick a challenging but realistic goal that you can achieve over the next 90 days. Something that excites you, that actually motivates you to put in the work every day. And then break this goal down into sales, and then into the amount of leads that you need to generate, and then into daily actions that generate leads. And that's going to be your daily method of operation for your 90-day sprint. So write that out. I have like a big calendar board where I write out like my calendar, and then I write out my DMO on the side. I write out my goal. And then send me your DMO if you want. I would love to go over it and like just see what your plans are. Totally up to you. And then next week, I want to do a call on Monday and kind of just like maybe do an open call, answer your guys' like questions that you have, talk about your goals for your 90-day sprint, maybe help you out with your daily method of operation, and like helping you to get things secure for the 1st. That's what I want to do next week. So for the next week, I want you to work on your 90-day sprint and come up with something that you can even bring to the call next week and like really make it even better and make it super secure. So when you actually start this sprint, you're really ready. You're really like taking potent action from day 1. And then come to the call next week and ask yourself, what do I need to embrace about this business, about myself, Or what do I need to stop giving an F about to make this happen? And really get real with yourself. Like, am I willing to do this? Do I actually want to do this? Or do I just feel FOMO? But at the end of the day, it's not about FOMO. It's about you have big goals in your heart that you want, of somewhere you want to be, something you want to accomplish, something that would feel so good to you. And it's okay to feel unashamed about that. It's okay to have goals. It's okay to have dreams. I feel like I've felt so ashamed about this for so long, and it's super lame. Like, you don't need to feel ashamed about that. We're literally creative beings. Like, we are meant to visualize and dream, and like, we literally are like romanticize this beautiful life and planet we live on. So whatever you want to make happen, really commit to it. Make a plan. Turn your vision into goals. Okay, I don't know why this picture's not loading, but this is for Clint Morgan. I was going to show you that video that I showed at the beginning. At the end, but I'm going to show you the beginning of this other video. And I'm going to send this link into the WhatsApp chat. Okay. Okay, this is the video I want you guys to watch.
Right. And now the next thing you can do is create a commitment statement. Right. Write this out. I, insert name, commit 100% to doing whatever it takes, traveling whatever distance to be financially successful or to be successful in whatever you want. Signed Clint X Morgan, or sign your name. Commit to it.
Okay, so this is a 44-minute thing where he basically goes over a lot of the stuff I shared in this call today, like creating an energetic container for a 90-day sprint. This guy's so awesome. And he does a visualization exercise to create your like 5 sense vision of what you want to accomplish in your business over the next 90 days. So I'll send this link into the WhatsApp right now. But you guys, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for listening to this 90-day sprint call. Sorry about that horrible sound. I'm so excited to do this, and I'm excited for next week to just have like an open call to just like chat and give you guys feedback on your sprint. So who's gonna do the sprint? Cool. Oh, my mom's gonna do it. Mom, you sly dog. Yay! Okay, sweet. Danny's in. Deanna, Danessa. Cool. Mid-July sprint. I love that, Katie. And Jackie. That's awesome, you guys. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna honestly just keep hosting calls, and so we can all motivate each other and collaborate. And if any of you who are on my team, if you ever want to host a call, feel free. Oh, I didn't even mention this. So I'm gonna be hosting an open call on Monday to prepare, but the sprint starts Saturday, in Hawaii. I think in Europe it's like a day ahead. I don't know. But me and Danny are hosting a vision boarding workshop on the first day of the sprint. I think you guys should come. It'll be just like a good like way to all connect and like focus on like our vision and vision casting what you want to see happen over the next 90 days and bring that to fruition. So that'll be at the same time, 11 a.m. Hawaii, Saturday, which is 2 p.m. Eastern or 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. All right, I love you guys. Message me your DMO, bring it next week. We can all talk about it, and I'll send this link for this 40-minute call about 90-day sprint into the WhatsApp, or DM me on Instagram if you want the copy of the link. Cool. Thanks for being here. Love you guys. Katie says that was simple, clear. Thanks so much. Woo! I love it. Okay. Have a blessed week, you guys.